All right, that train just passed, but basically I just measured it with my feet. Each step is like 12 inches, so that's 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you look at it, it's almost exactly 9 feet to just gap to the rolling. This is the same gap at Coleman Skate Park, LES, that John Bellino did the 540. He did a 540, yeah, so he gapped to rolling. He landed at the bottom, but still, it's still a fucking 540. Jesus Medina did a gap to Seoul probably over a decade ago, if I'm not mistaken. I have never attempted this, really. What I did once is I stalled on this and gapped. So I got to add 3 extra feet, which I could do with a little bit of momentum. And if I could do that, I'll be happy. This is a bonus spot on the list that I wasn't even thinking about. I really have one other rolling. Actually, I had 2 other rollings in mind. So if I make it to those rollings, y'all see it. I'm not going to talk about it and then not complete it. I'm going to just let y'all see it. So, time to put the boots on. Fuck. Y'all saw that, right? My fucking lacing just came off. Look at this shit. Look at this Stumpy McDaniels over here. Ah, fuck it. We gon' make it. Alright, we're gonna bring this guy over here. Oh, shit. And then what we're gonna do is bring that, bring that, bring that. Yo, patience really is a virtue. Just enough to do a little stuff. You can do it. Do it, do it, do it. Fucking, yo, not having that opposable thumb, right? Opposing, right? Opposition. Fuck the ops. Opposition. It's opposite the rest of the fingers. Just so y'all know, having the opposable thumb is one of the few things that have made us as humans, and I think primates as well, very successful with tool usage and just a number of other things. I think primates have a bit of an advantage because they have the opposable thumb on their motherfucking feet, mind you. I mean, I don't know if you call their hands. I don't know. Do you call a primate's hands, or are they don't necessarily walk upright. They kind of walk on both of their front and rear appendages, so I don't know. But either ways, having this fucking thumb injured is making it really weird and awkward to do my my LASIKs. All right. I think it would be truly amazeballs if there's somewhere I could get this first try, man. But oh, the body, 9 feet, man. I know I could lace this. Let me see. Oh my God, that's so fucking narrow. I might have to jump to 1 fucking foot. It's so narrow. Let me see if there is a good angle for this shit. Let me just fix the camera. Alright, so these fucking lacings just broke on me right now again. So I means I'm getting a lot of heel lift, and if I'm gonna do this, it's gonna be tricky. I could take the lacings from the fucking handles. I think I'm just gonna go for it as is. Maybe yank this one a little bit more, and then what? And then loop it here. Either way, these thin derby lacings is definitely a no-go for our sport. Let's see what we got. I'm just gonna fucking up. Oh my God. Oh my god, my fucking palm, man. That's a good way to break your wrist. Fuck. Fuck, I'm done. That was a lot cleaner. Oh. How are we looking here? Fuck! So my knee on my left, the top of my left knee is, I think I hit it when I did the roll, and it's swelling up and it's cramping up. So I don't know how much longer I have before it's a finito bendito for the entire night. What I realized too is I'm getting to the ledge, doing the roll, but I don't have enough strength to lift myself up out of that position, and it's because as soon as I land, I have to be ready to get off it, like to change the balance and position. It's almost like a clap, 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 land, roll. Clap, clap as in clap, land on the rolling, second clap, roll off on the floor. Fuck. There's a little bit about I think that just happened. Alrighty then. Quick spot check update. Vladik houses. Scaffolding galore. And more and more. Wanted to see what's up over here. But ain't a damn thing. So we go to this technically would have been the third spot that I wanted to check out. So we shall see. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's pretty dark, but this was probably one of the first roll-ins I ever did back in somewhere between, I think definitely not 2002, but maybe 2003. Oh yeah, check it, see? Even here. Maybe 2003 to maybe 2005, somewhere in there where I did it. I'm pretty sure it was me, Sean, Ovidio, and maybe Craig and a few other guys. Definitely not. So, just arrived at this rolling over here. I forgot how simple and easy this shit was. This was one of the most basicest, mellowest rollings you could do. There's a giant crack. That would be the worst part, is if I fucking trip up on some cracks. Now, I've only done this rolling by standing on the top and rolling down. I've never jumped onto it, so maybe I just jump onto it and see what happens. But just from here, it doesn't look like you're gonna get a great angle. But fuck it, right? And I'm noticing what's happening with the jumping and rolling is that my knees are giving out on me. So let me see what I can do here to get a decent angle, because the adrenaline is good. I gotta air this shit out, so it's not even just the knee. It's like, it's not that hard. I'm trying to think if I ever did it from the top, and I'm thinking right now, like, I don't think I've ever done it from the top, to be honest, now that I'm standing up there, because once you stand up there, it's terrifying. It ain't hard, but it's just terrifying. The second part of the problem is every time I'm like, so when I did the Staten Island stadium rolling, I had a lot of fun on that, and I fell a lot. But the beauty in that ledge is that, and with most obstacles I love to skate, is that, especially if it's a big down ledge, like even the Chambers Street monkey ledges, you know, Battery Park City and Chambers Street, with ledges like that and ledges like the Staten Island Yankee Stadium, they're smooth concrete. So you can, and they're fat and wide, so you can jump on it and literally you can just slide down if you like. If you feel insecure, if you don't feel confident, or if you feel like you're gonna get hurt, you can just relax. On this, much like, what was the other shit the Bronx shit, right? That got my hand all fucked up. It's all rough concrete, so there's really no slipping and falling, because I can't afford to get any more cuts in my hand, in my palm, in my hand, on my fingers, on my knees, on my ass, nothing. Like, so in my head, I'm like, do I want to take a chance and jump and roll and bite it and scratch something else? And I'm like, nah, because that shit gonna burn later. Oh God, it's gonna burn. It's gonna burn so good. So I'm like, how do I call it? So I didn't land the other spot, but this was on the list of things to do. So maybe we, fuck, I'm gonna get scratched up, man. Fuck it, man, we just gonna go for it, man. So the potential to trip and bite it is actually pretty high because I just almost bit it on the edge. And you don't see it right here, but there's a little curb at the edge. So when you come off, you really should try to come off on the left of the ledge. And if you come off on the right, you're okay. But as soon as you come off on the right, you come down off of another like curb. And if you come down like dead center, it means one foot's gonna be off of the curb and the other foot's gonna be on the curb. And then you roll, and then the other part will drop down. Fuck. It really ain't that. Yeah, I don't want to get banged up. I want to go check out the next spot at the very least to see how possible it is, because maybe the next spot is safer than this, to be honest with you. The next spot, at least I know if I miss, I can slide down the ledge. But the next spot also has a drop on it, so we're gonna see. I'm calling it, man. I'm calling it. Fucking Cook City. Zooming in, zooming in, zooming in. Say, I was doing it and doing it and doing it well until I took a spill. Yeah, I fell. Trying to see what that shit be like. Nah, I mean, kid. So anyways, a Negro is cooked right now. But I feel like, you know what I mean? I mean cooked. Like cooked city. I need a fucking break. Oh, this ledge looks kind of funky. Imagine this ledge, look at this shit. Starts off low, goes down an incline. Can't even think that far. I don't know why there's a pair of drawers right here and another pair right here that look pretty brand new, like somebody stole them, took a shit on themselves and forgot to put the new ones on. But hey, shit happens. Cooked City. Cook City's an understatement. You in the race to win it, or are you a replacement? Expenditures and statements. I said that already. Fuck. But that's a freestyle, man. Limb by limb, we have to chop them down, sent for the hacksaw. Take out the tongue with the simmy. Hit man a come. Yada yada yada, them want try. Some of them general, them no say. I don't really know the words. These are songs that got stuck in my head as a kid growing up in Trinidad. Instead of like the dollar cabs, we had what we call maxi taxis. And a maxi taxi is basically like a small bus or a big minivan. I don't know how to describe it when you hollering at them developing nations, or as America would like you to refer to it, a third world country. Swag. Yo, so this is type litty to me. Pardon the drilling that's going on upstairs. But I've long been looking at how to design a skate park that would make me happy. And as I'm standing here, so one of the main things I love about the streets, like one of the street elements are the crosswalk, the lines on the crosswalk. And I've measured a bunch of crosswalks across the city just for shits and giggles to see if I could turn that into a why so serious challenge where if I figure out what the standard crosswalk dimension is, like let's say it might be 12 or 15 feet, the challenge would be gapping that distance, but having it implemented into a skate park I think would be even doper. Now that I come out here, I see this is right by I think 1 Vanderbilt, right, which is a SL Green property. I don't think I had the pleasure of working on this. I think I had quit my 12-year career at that point and tried to do my own thing. Obviously, teamwork, is easier to get where you're trying to go. But I was tired of working for somebody else, man. So check the crosswalk. The crosswalk right by Grand Central is technically all of this, right? Almost looks like the start of a racetrack on a track and field. So I just thought it was pretty groovy, literally, figuratively, metaphorically, because it's like grooves, you know what I mean? Stripes. So anyways, I just figured this would be something interesting to add to skate parks. Obviously at a smaller scale, but if you've got a big enough space and a big enough park, then you can make it really happen. Adios. We are still making the trek. Yeah. So I just went 2 blocks up and peep game right here. Sorry. Liddy out here, man. This is New York City, man. Let me see. Muy bonito. Bonita. See? Yeah, see. Game right All right. The fucking hype is over. That last and final roll-in, drop-in, whatever it is, gap to roll-in that I was contemplating doing, that I'm 99.9999999% sure is this Alliance building. I think at the time when I worked on this property, it was It was run by Paramount, and I did a lot of good work on this building and discovered a lot of cool things. In particular, there's like technically like a hidden subway tunnel, not for the trains, but a passageway for people. And it's like also an emergency exit that goes all the way from Broadway to, I think, 8th Avenue. But it's one of these parts of the surveys where I needed to show that space because it's like a dead space on our drawings. And we're like, yo, when we do fire safety, we don't fuck around, because everything we do, we submit to the fire department. And we want to make sure, since the Deutsche Bank fire, 9/11 and everything else, that when these guys get my drawings, at least, I don't know about everybody else, but when I do drawings, I want to make sure there's no stone left unturned, right? So this spot also used to be home to Mars 2112. The address is 1633 Broadway. It is on Broadway between 51st and 52nd Street. Back in the days, it was like a 1-inch cubed square rail that everyone was skating. I think even back then, I never got a chance to skate it. After they renovated the whole spot and made a new, I guess you want to call it maybe marble or granite. I think it's marble ledge. And now it's like technically the home to Equinox Gym below, and it's also the entrance for the downtown 1 train. But this is the spot, and now that I look at it, it's more than doable to Gap to Roll. I don't know why I made it all so hyped up. So this is one of those things I never thought about gapping to rolling on it. I've only looked at it as gapping to doing a grind, but now I'm looking at gap to roll and even gap to set slide. I'm like, oh, that might be safer, you know? I don't know, man. And now that I'm looking at it, I could probably pull this bitch off with all the runway and the angle, and it's fat. I'm gonna just take a breather and see if it's worth trying, man. I would hate to gap to it and then slip out because it's got some shit on the ledge, you know? But yeah, 1633 Broadway, formerly the Mars 2112 restaurant. By the way, it was a funky, groovy, potentially dope idea. I mean, it was a dope idea, but I think the whole Mars 2112 restaurant concept was a huge fucking fail. I went in there once I went in there when I was doing survey work, and I said, hell no. I think to me the biggest problem with the place is that it was decorated to look like it was Mars. So the walls and all, like almost everything was like crater-like, which when you think of a restaurant with food and germs and people, let's say someone coughs, and instead of having a flat surface that you can wipe down and polish, imagine that surface was like the surface of Mars, rough and bumpy. And then they also had very dim lighting, so you couldn't really tell what gross ketchup might have been sitting on the chair or the wall next to you. If somebody blew a cocaine boogie on the wall, you was not gonna see it. Oh, facts, B. You know what time it is? Shorty trying to get she's trying to get the whole shalong, but that ain't gonna happen. I only fuck me, baby. But anyway, all right, I am calling it quits for the morning. It's 1:45, 15 minutes to 2. In those 15 minutes, I should probably make my way back over to the 6 train. This side is definitely more possible than the other side. It's funny, I never really look at this side, but I will say that my knee at the top right, shit, I should be able to do this as an EMT and tell you how to say this medically, man, but I'm fucking up. So I'm gonna just say it in layman's terms, but I think it's, so basically, no, I'm gonna do the EMT first. It's basically the superior. So my knee, so when I was doing the gap at Coleman LES, gap to roll, there was a point where I literally rolled on the floor, where I landed and then tumbled. And when I rolled, a portion of my knee, not even really my knee, it's the muscle to the superior medial side of my knee, of my patella. So the superior side, the superior medial side of my patella, which really isn't, it's not even the patella, not the side of the patella, the region. So I injured the muscle and tissues medially and superior to the patella, which basically means, and that's the left patella. So basically what happened is that in layman's terms, that's the upper, so it's like the upper right portion above the kneecap. It's just a little muscle, you know, it's just like a little soft tissue injury. But it's enough that when I'm trying to bend my knee and do squats and jump and do things like this, my knees are like, nah, dogs, you 39. And like when I say I have injuries, I have a lot of soft tissue injuries specifically. And my knees, my shin, like my knees for one, and my elbows, I bang them often. But I become such a ninja. Hold on, let me get away from this noise. I've become such a ninja when I fall from practice of bashing them in over the years, that now when I fall, I kind of like put the effort and focus only on the soft tissue aspect. What street are we on? 50th? I'm gonna go down 50. Oh shit, I said the spot was between 51st and 52nd. It's between 51st and 50th. Correction, my bad, my apologies, but I'm gonna call this video Finito Bendito and get the fuck home. Have a nice night, cold shower, maybe even soak my toes. Shit, you know how that shit goes when the soul don't wanna burn the fire, says Mo. Video. Making my way down the street, skating beep, 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 beep. Bada beep, bop, boop. And I need you, and I want to, and now. Oh, this is a good spot right here. Right here, dogs. This shit right here is Blackstone. Blackstone. Blackstone good, white stone bad. Black cat bad, white cat good. Black magic bad, white magic good. It's just me and my conglomerates. Something, something, something. Oh yeah, that knee feeling delicioso. Bullshit ass knee. Some bullshit ass knee I got. Oh. Let's check the product after the session. So we've learned that these roller derby wax lacings are great, but not the thin ones, right? We're gonna make that switch. I learned, I thought it was pretty interesting that I got a lot of, I'm trying to figure out where this happened, to be honest. Where was the first spot? Was it this was definitely, this is the first spot. I don't even know. I kind of don't like how wide these sole plates are. Honestly, when I look down at them, I feel like they get in the way of me jumping and doing certain maneuvers in the air. That as well as the boot being long, but I don't know. There's some wear and tear there. Haven't been doing much grinds. Can't do negative to save my life. And this goes here. take the shin guard. Yo, tonight's one of those nights where I'll probably dead ass pass out on the floor. Nah, I'm bugging. I'm gonna shower. I don't feel gross. I feel refreshed, honestly. I feel like whenever I skate, or most, like in general, most people, when they skate, when they work out, when they go to the gym, they set a limit on what they're there to do, and they cap it at that. And usually they exert themselves a decent amount. I don't set limits on myself when I go out to skate, but I set goals, and not just goals, but I set at the very least like challenges or target initiatives. So at the very least, if I don't complete the task, I still, like, I made up my mind, like, yo, I swear to you, I technically skated from Coleman all the way to 51st Street, which is another aspect of skating to me that we used to do religiously. I don't see that anymore. I feel like skating has become like golf. You pack up your gear, you go to the golf course, and you stay at the golf course. Nah. To me, skating is about getting your boots and exploring the city. It's always an adventure. When you explore, you always find something new. Man, I digress. But yeah, I skated from Coleman essentially all the way up here. After I finished that spot on, I think that was, that was not Madison Street. I forget what street that is on. I never remember the name of that street, but it's the street just before you get, it's the street just, it's the block, it's 1 block south. Is it 1 block? Technically it's 2 blocks. 2 blocks south of the Williamsburg, of the Williamsburg Bridge, whatever street that is. But right where that amphitheater rolling in, at that point when I was done, I made an effort to get to Union Square, not Union Square, but 14th Street and like First Ave. Once I got there, I decided that I might call it, and I said, you know what, let me just go all the way to, basically, let me go all the way north, zigzagging on the smoothest streets I could find, and quiet streets, and then detour over. But I had decided in my mind that I was going to get that target challenge, which is to, at the very least, scout the spot, survey the spot, which is something I love to do, which is something I'm passionate about, and I've done it damn near 20 years in the architectural world and in the skating world. So it's always to me about finding and discovering something, rediscovering something, right? So I passed through Vladic projects. There's scaffolding in most areas that I used to skate. Those things to me are important, knowing, oh shit, the spot's getting upgraded. Oh, they might change the rail. Oh, they might, you know what I mean? Like, it's something to get excited about.